Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Before I get into what Patrick Beverley said and what others have said, I'm going to go over this first. A mother of a St. Pete man shot by police wants transparent investigation. And this was sent to me by my brother Beans. Mother of St. Pete man shot by police wants transparent investigation. The sheriff's office in city of St. Petersburg promised the case is being fully investigated. A spokesperson representing the family of Dominique Harris, the 20-year-old who was killed in the shootout with police, is raising concerns along with members of the African People's Socialist Party. They held a news conference this morning with a number of demands and grievances. We want to demand transparency and accountability, and from the beginning that has been lost, said NAACP member Corey Givens Jr., who identified himself as a spokesperson for the mother of Dominique Harris. Both the city of St. Peter and the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office promised just that during separate news conferences on Thursday. In fact, the Sheriff's Office investigating the St. Pete Police Department shooting is a direct result of protests and what the community has been asking for. The use of deadly force task force was formed so we can show that we are being transparent and we're accountable to the citizens of St. Petersburg, says St. Petersburg Police Chief Anthony Holloway. Thursday, Sheriff Bob Gualtieri laid out in detail what investigators know about what happened. He came right out and disclosed officers fired 50 times, hitting Harris with 38 rounds. That use of force was one of the biggest complaints from the family of Harris and others concerned about how all this went down. It was like a war zone or Grand Theft Auto, said Gibbons. I don't care what he done. It didn't constitute him being murdered the way he was. The sheriff explained Harris was surrounded by officers when he pointed a gun out of the car window and shot a 49-year-old undercover detective twice in the midsection. The sheriff says Harris fired at least 4 times and St. Pete police returned fire. The officers did exactly as they should have done and what they've trained to do, said Gualtieri. That is to neutralize the threat and to keep shooting until the threat stops. The next concern, why investigators won't make the names of the police involved public. Release their names, release their rap sheets. I want to know what they've done, said Achille and I of the African People's Socialist Party. The sheriff did provide the officers' age, length of service, any disciplinary issues over the past 5 years, and if any of the officers had been involved past shootings. He also released the name of one of the officers involved, a uniformed street cop, but explained the other officers are part of an undercover unit, and for that reason, their names had to be withheld. They remain in an undercover capacity, and it puts them in jeopardy. It puts them potentially in harm's way, says Sheriff Gualtieri. Finally, critics say a lot of the questions could be addressed if officers simply wore body cameras. If we had a body camera on the officer that were here that day, there would be no question about what happened, what transpired that day, because accountability would be served on both parts, both on the people and the police who are sworn to serve and protect the people in this community, said Gibbons. The St. Petersburg Police Department says they were already in the process of rolling out their body camera program before this event happened. The first officers will be getting training next week, and by early next year, very uniformed officer in St. Pete will be equipped with a body camera. This may not help in this case, but investigators say there is video captured by the nearby store security cameras. We're told that video will not be released anytime before next week. So basically, that was from my brother Beans. I know it was a long read, but basically, this basically was a cover up. They were trying to cover it up
There are still a lot of questions about the deadly shootout in South St. Pete on Wednesday, but we do know the officer who was shot is now out of the hospital and recovering at home. Today, a spokesperson representing the family of John
if it'll play, but basically
Dominique Harris, the 20-year-old who was killed in that shootout with police, is raising concerns along with members of the African People's Socialist Party. 10 Tampa Bay's Bo Zimmer shows you some of their concerns and what the sheriff and city leaders
okay, basically it's not playing right now, but basically this whole thing is that Dominique Harris was killed in a shootout, which it was with the police, and is raising concerns along the members. Basically, the members are concerned about this deadly use of force from basically the St. Pete Sheriff's Department. The St. Pete Sheriff Department, I haven't lived in St. Pete for a while, but the last time I was there, the Sheriff's Department in St. Petersburg, Florida, is real poorish, and they do not know how to talk to black men or black women. They don't even try to diffuse a situation. They try to use force. So in this case here, from me reading it, is that I think Harris killed an undercover cop. And they basically didn't have a body camera, so that's what's in question. They need to get a body camera. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Basically, I was just going over the news a little bit, what was going on, you know, going on about the news of what's happening in my city in St. Pete. I believe a girl, I think she killed the undercover cop, and then they returned fire. They hit her, I think, at like 50 times. And once they hit her 50 times, they basically were saying that it was too much of force. They didn't handle it correctly. They didn't handle it by protocol, from what I'm reading. And those officers, they're not disclosing their names, which is very, very strange. You're not releasing the police officers' names who killed the woman. So, and they're part of an undercover unit. Yeah, an undercover unit to try to lock more black people up, or kill more black people. So that's basically what's going on there. I just wanted to give that out to my brother Germ, aka Beans. Beans, that's what I feel about it. I feel that the cops handled it wrong. Also the girl handled it wrong as well. But I'm gonna look more into it, and I'll give you a video about it later. But I just wanted to give that recognition out. So basically in the news, Pat Beverley spoke today, and this is what he had to say.
Pat, how you doing, sir?
Going on?
Well, nothing much. We'll get started here. Start with Cam. You can go ahead, Cam.
Hey, Patrick, how you doing, sir? Happy holidays to you.
Thank you so much, Sam. You, brother. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, sir. I want to ask you about leadership. Obviously, it seemed that some leadership was lacking in the playoffs, or
why do you say that?
Well, I think down the stretch, like I think somebody needed to step up and kind of get the team extra motivated and kind of finish off the Nuggets. That's what I thought was lacking. Now I wanted to ask you if you thought that, if you agree, do you think that's lacking? And then what's looking forward to this season? What's going to be the answer to that?
I don't think it's leadership. I think anything involving you being up real big and losing, you win the lottery, you win a lot of money, you lose it. That's not lack of leadership. I think that's lack of somewhat of toughness, mental toughness.
Okay.
I think that's what we have to address. I think, our leaders are obviously Kawhi, PG, myself, and Lou. Marcus Moore is also not. You inserted Baca, but 3-1 league is not lack of leadership. I think that's just lack of mental toughness to go out there and finish the job.
Okay. How do you address that going into this season?
Just put yourself in more situations to be mental tough. I don't know whether it's, you have 10 reps to do on the bench press, do 12. I mean, that's how you build mental toughness. So now when you get in the trenches and, things aren't going right, you have something to build off of it. And collectively as a group, mental toughness, I think that was the key. And being in a situation where losing 3-1 gives you that mental toughness going in next season. So it's all a process.
Over to Farbod.
Hey, Pat, welcome back. We've heard Zoo, Marcus, and PG all kind of talk about how there's a lot of extra motivation going into this season. Is that something you've seen collectively as a group and from yourself, where everybody's at a different level this year than last year?
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
All right, we'll go over to Miriam.
Sorry about that. Hey, Pat, welcome back. Welcome back to work. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much.
Happy holidays, all that. So what so far is different around there with Ty Lue in charge than in the past few years?
I think more of a cooler work setting, not a lot of extra stress, extra stuff like that. It's our first day of practice. I really can't I let you kind of know how the training camp, but the attitudes around here, guys are pissed off, which is good. We should be pissed off after our exit last year out the playoffs, and I think that's that within itself is extra motivation there. Come in training camp, with a team put together, look good on paper, and guys out there, you have to go out there and build from it. And then when you come up short, you get kind of pissed off, and that gives you a little wood to kind of burn inside, for the fire. So I just say, look, everybody's kind of pissed off. So yeah, it is, a little quieter workplace. The guys are more locked in and more focused, and that's the way it should be.
All right, thank you.
Move over to Andrew Gray. Hey, good to see you. Welcome back.
Drew, what up, baby?
Hey, usually when you start training camp, you would have been playing pickup with the guys for weeks at this point, getting a feel, even if it's informal, you still kind of have a little bit of understanding. What's it like this year when I'm sure there's been some, maybe some 1 or 2 guys working out together, but this is really the first time and there's only 5 days before preseason. Like, how fast do you feel like you guys have to get a good start with not much preparation for this?
I think our preparation came from a lot of guys that were here last year are here also. So collectively, when it comes to bonding and stuff like that, it's kind of easy because you don't have to implement a lot of new guys. But when you have Serge and other guys, new guys come in and you want to add them to it, but it won't be tough. Most of our core is still here, and it's the same mindset for us. We're fortunate to be able to have a coach and T. Lue, who's been there before, been in the trenches before. No discredit to Doc, of course, not at all. Much respect to Doc. He gave me the opportunity to be a starting point guard. Much respect to Doc. You have T. Lue also, to bring something different, something more dynamic, and and the feel is that we want to get our lick back. When I mean lick back, I mean like your mom. Somebody hits you when you're growing up, your mom tells you hit them back. That's getting your lick back. We got hit by the Nuggets, and we want to get our lick back, and I think that's our focus.
Yeah. And Pat, in follow up, when Montrez went to the Lakers, you had tweeted what? I know you're very close with them. Like, I guess, how surprised really were you? Did that really catch you off guard? That really catch you off guard that he left?
Yes.
Okay. we'll take one last one from Ohm. You got Ohm.
Hey, Pat, great seeing you, man. As one of the leaders of this team, you're always looking for ways. I know you to think about how to improve the Clippers. And when you look back this off season, I know it was a quick turnaround, but when you think about what went wrong last season, what has to happen this season in your mind? What do you guys have to do to kind of make sure you avoid that same kind of finish and be better and be the guys that you guys thought you were going to be?
Listen, honestly, when you talk about a 3-1 league, of course, it all involves mental toughness. Talking about closing out a game, it all involves mental toughness. Collectively, how we've been put in situations to be mentally tough throughout the year. Collectively, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing, we have motivation now, and now is what matters. We really can't look in the past and see what we didn't do well, or not do well, or did do well. But, you live like that, you stress yourself out. So it's a new team, new coach, new year. We have our goals. We set our goals high, and it's up to us to go out there and make sure we hit them.
How long did that taste of that loss stick with you?
I don't know. I don't think it went away.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat. Have a good day.
You too, brother.
So that basically was Pat Beverley explaining what happened last season. He basically was saying that they got their butt kicked and that they have to go back and get their lick back. No, that was no Love and Success. That was Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley basically saying that they have to go get their lick back. They got beat. They got their butt kicked. And then he talked about mental. What's up? Who did it? They were talking about mental. He was talking about the leadership wasn't the problem. The problem was mental. And he's absolutely correct. Mentally, they basically caved in. They lost the series. They had the series won against the Nuggets. And Marcus Morris lost his head, and Millsap went off, and then Porter went off, and then Murray just closed the deal. Joker closed the deal. It is what it is. You have to play with more mental toughness, but I think he was taking a shot at Paul George. I mean, I may be looking too much into it, but I think he was taking a shot really at Paul George that mentally they have to play better. They have to play tougher because they lost the games because they had a mental they had a mental lapse in a situational spot of the game, and that messed them up. So now Pat Beverley is basically saying, like, we got to play tougher, we got to be bigger and stronger, so I mean, their team to me just took a step back, and I just don't know if they're going to recover to win this year. I just feel like it could be better. I just feel like they could play better, but who knows what they could do because they have a lot of work to do. Paul George has to play with nuts. He has to play tough. He has got to stop playing soft. Yeah, Uncle Frank, that's what I think so too. I think he was talking about Paul George as well. I think Paul George and everything showed mental weakness. And I think he was taking a shot at Paul George, saying that we mentally have to be better and be stronger. Yeah, Love and Success, they took a real big step back. It was a big step back, but who knows, man? I mean, they may turn it around. They may not. I mean, we have no idea, what they're going to bring to the table this year. we got to see how Ibaka. I like the Ibaka pickup because Ibaka could help Zubac. He can help Zubac get better. He can help Zubac be able to dominate the lane more, be a better rim protector, teach him how to play defense, and that will be a big contribution to that team. The Clippers they basically, like I said, Beverly said, mental toughness, and that's what they got to work on. Now, basically, Russell Westbrook, he basically was unapologetic and he's ready for a new challenge, and he's basically excited to join Bradley Beal, and he's playing for his old coach back in OKC back in the day, Scott Brooks. Yeah, love and success. They do need a point guard. They need one bad. So Russell Westbrook has been at this business of basketball long enough to know that authenticity rules. You can't cheat yourself or the game. It just doesn't work. So he's bringing all the same things that have made him one of the league's best and most mercurial talents over the course of his 12 seasons in the league to Washington: the nonstop intensity, the breathtaking plays, the breakneck speed and explosiveness. So they're basically talking about him and Bradley Beal.
We're kind of getting here and getting acclimated and coming to the facility. You know what? It was great actually, man. Once this whole process, we're kind of getting here and getting acclimated and coming to the facility.
What's up, T?
Obviously, but seeing a lot of familiar faces on the medical area, assistant coaches, obviously Scotty, players as well. Definitely.
What up, T?
You got some familiar faces that.
T.
So that was definitely cool to see, and I'm happy to be a part of
T.
Create those relationships and continue those relationships as well. Scotty, we've stayed in contact the whole time, and Scotty was first coach to give me a chance to go out and basically go out and mess up and allow me to do so many great things on the floor that I'm allowed to do today. And I'm grateful for his opportunity to be able to allow me to go out and play my game and do that, each and every night. So I'm super excited to kind of be back, continue our friendship, obviously, and also, to be playing for him. So I'm excited about it. My legacy is defined on, and I've had time, and just over the course of my career, I understand that legacy for me is based on how many people I impact and inspire along my journey. I believe God has blessed me with but also inspire so many people and being completely understanding
you wrong.
Like in my position is something that I take very, very seriously. I'm very intact to
what's up, who did it?
What's going on, my brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Each day, as much energy and effort I give to the game, I give back to the community.
Yeah, basically I'm playing on what Russell Westbrook was saying
why it's important.
When he got there. He basically saying, like, he's unapologetic. He's gonna be who he is and stuff, and he's with his old coach Scott Brooks. So I don't know if that's gonna work, but it didn't work the first time. So I don't even know if it's even gonna go to the next level. Like I said, I see them as an 8th seed or 7th seed now. But that's just being polite. Right.
Yeah, that sounds about right, man. He's gonna have to unfortunately go back to the lab and try to recreate his game. But since he's that stubborn, it's unfortunate to wish any type of ill will on the brother. But sometimes either an injury or reality just got to smack him in the mouth, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he might start getting his face busted in that Eastern Conference, and then maybe he'll want to conserve some of his energy for the defensive side of the ball. But this come back to Scotty Brooks, man. What he gonna do?
I don't know. I think Scotty Brooks he's probably gonna do like he did in OKC. Just let him run the show, which I just don't know, man. I just don't like the fit with Bill, but I mean it could work because Bill is a 3-point shooter. He's a guy who can play off the ball very well, and I think he could be dangerous against a lot of teams. But Westbrook, before he got the COVID and got hurt, he was playing at an MVP type talent caliber. He was hitting the mid range. He wasn't shooting all these dumb threes, and he did his job. So I really look at it like, you know, if he could play sort of like that similar style, I believe they'll be fine. But I don't know. It depends on where his mindset is at.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't want to echo everything you're saying, but you're right on point, man. It all comes back to just what Scotty Brooks's mindset is going to be with his coaching staff. Now, I really ain't got time to go through the assistant coaches, but I always feel like they're key. And I don't think Mo Cheeks is there. Mo Cheeks used to be able to wind that brother in a little bit and somewhat slow down his motor. But like we was talking last night, man, there needs to be a big change, obviously, in the coaching in the good old boy club. And until that happens, it doesn't look like there's going to be too much of a shift change because these coaches, whether they like it or not, man, they're a lot of they play a key part in the underdevelopment of these so-called superstars. What's up, Uncle Frank?
Oh shit, what up? Who did it? What up, HD? Hey,
Uncle
my
Frank.
bad for trolling a little bit earlier, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get T a little bit for falling asleep, man.
Yeah, I was like, who is I said T, you fell asleep calling in. I'm like, no, man. Don't be doing my dog.
Yeah, man. You know that's like the highlight of the week, T falling asleep, but you know, T good people. Shout out to T, Doug.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, man.
That was. So basically I played in the first part with Pat Beverley talking about the Clippers, saying that
Right, I heard that, and I agree with you on that, bro. I think he was talking to Paul George. You know what I'm saying? You know, sending a little subliminal out there, you know, about mental toughness because that nigga folded when it was time to come up big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying? They I agree with Pat Bev. It is about mental toughness. You know what I'm saying? You up 3-1, you know what I'm saying? That's when you up 3-1 and you lose a series like that, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's on you guys. You know what I'm saying? To mentally close it out. You guys had it, so you got to get it back. He's right. We got to get our lick back, but we have to be mentally tough. We have the talent, we have the personnel, even though they kind of digress, you know what I'm saying, this off season with trades and everything, but they have the talent, they have the guys, they just have to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and that's how I look at it too. And I like the way they brought Serge in because I really think Serge will help Zubac get better playing on the defensive end as well as rebounding and helping him with his shot, you know, because helping him be a complete center, that's the biggest thing they need from Zubac. And they do need Paul to play up to par, but what if Paul just ain't gonna play up to par? What if he just, you know, who he is, just ain't gonna make it?
It's going to really hurt the team because he's the highest paid player on the team, and you're really relying on him a lot at that second option. Now, what I feel hurt them was, you know, they got rid of my man Mo Harkless. Now I get they didn't want Marcus or whichever the twin is they got to go to the Lakers and shit. I get that, but I feel like Mo Harkless would, you know what I'm saying, been a better fit if they would have kept him.
Yeah, and Nicholas Batum is not an upgrade, fellas, whatsoever.
Yeah, nah, Nicholas Batum. I like Luke Kennard, the white kid from Detroit, coming, but I'm not feeling Nicholas Batum like that.
The Dookie.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's why
he can shoot a little bit.
That's why he sucked. he got the wrong side of the talent. Because remember, Duke is only two ways: you either raw or you trash. So he was the
Right,
trash.
and Duke get a lot of
He a little
NBA
bit better
players,
than.
but they don't ever pan out to be that, the guys they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had Carlos
Yeah,
Boozer was an all-star, but you got all these guys that come from Duke that just don't, you know what I'm saying, pan out like that. You get a bunch of Nolan
yeah, man.
Smiths and
He took the words
Mike
right out my mouth.
Dunleavy. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna put
Cal
Elton Brand
Singer.
in there like that, but Daniel Ewing and a lot of cats, man, come from Duke. A lot of cats come from Duke. Quinn Cook, you know what I'm saying? It's a great program. They
Mhm.
definitely get you
Yep.
ready for the league, but a lot of guys just don't pan out and reach their full potential coming out of Duke.
And why do you think that because I hear all the time Coach K is the greatest college coach and he gets guys ready to go to the league, but I tell people all the time, I mean, when he coaches great talent like a Grant Hill, a one of a kind talent, it makes him look like, he don't have to do anything, or doesn't have to do much coaching. He just sits back and relax. But with the players like a Reddick or somebody like that, he kind of, how can I say, he to me, he doesn't sometimes achieve the full potential of that team he has.
I like the way you put it, bro.
I agree with you. Sometimes he does have he'll have a team that could go to the Elite Eight or the Final Four, but you know what I'm saying? Every now and then they get bounced out the first round, and it's like they have the talent. You know what I'm saying? They'll have the Jahlil Okafors at the time.
Right.
They'll have the Ty Jones, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They'll just fall short. I don't know. It's a combination of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on in the locker room and on campus that, you know what I'm saying, can sometimes you know what I'm saying, contribute to that. But then mostly it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's within the team. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, guys might be a little overhyped. They might think they're better than what they are. They might get outworked or outplayed, not, underestimating the competition. So it's a lot of contributing factors. So I can't really put my finger on like a single one.
Right. Right.
I kind of got a theory, man, for that question there, HD and Uncle Frank. When he gets a lot of these pro sons, if that makes sense, like a lot of these young men whose dads was already overseas players or pro ball players, a lot of them boys is already peaked out with, special nutrition programs, personal coaching, shooting coaches, pardon me. They got all this stuff. So by the time they get to Duke, I'll be honest with you, they already ready for the NBA. Now, when he get a raw talent like a Corey Maggette, or Jason Williams at the time, or even a Kyrie Irving, I ain't gonna lie, he don't always know how to talk to them because they are pro ready, but at the same time, their talent is above Duke's pay rate, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
and I
necessarily
feel like
getting
what's
paid,
hurting Coach
you know what I
K.
mean?
I feel like what's really hurting Coach K is the style of how college basketball is done today going to the NBA. I feel like Coach K can't really develop his team the way he wants to and used to do it back in the day, because now you got guys only coming for a year or two bouncing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
A lot of the guys, like if you look at the guys that are on Duke who are flourishing right now, it's a lot of seniors. And you know what I'm saying? It's not like these cats weren't around they first, you know what I'm saying, year or two. It's like they had to learn and play under these guys and, wait while they had Zion and RJ. Now they can get out there and flourish. So they understand the game and they've been working. But it's like Coach K now, you know what I'm saying, is conforming to the time. So you get these guys coming in for a year or two, and you know what I'm saying, it just they don't get to learn the system. He doesn't get to develop them the way he wants. So I feel like that might be a contributing factor as well.
No doubt about it, brother. No doubt about it.
Shoot, I agree with that. I mean, if you look at it from that standpoint, I agree with that. Now with Beverley doing what he does now, to me, Uncle Frank and Who Did It, I have a theory here. And basically that theory is, I don't think this Clippers team is going to stay with this team all year. I think they're going to make a move, but I'm just not sure who they're going to move.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like they're gonna come out, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see where their strengths are at, they're gonna see where their weaknesses are at, and then they're gonna make an adjustment. You know what I'm saying, when the trade deadline opens. When the when the option to trade opens, they're gonna trade accordingly.
Yeah. Well, sadly, Batum and Beverly could be one of those pieces too. Could be one of those assets that's needed for whatever, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
I know who not. I know
Yeah,
who's not
Bethune is
going.
definitely an asset. I wouldn't want to get rid of Beverly, but I understand he is leverage at the same time. I like Beverly because he's tough. He's from Chicago. He really brings it on the
Mm-hmm.
defensive end, and he
Mm-hmm.
motivates cats defensively. I really like him, so I would want to keep him. But I understand at the same time, if I got to get that dude that's gonna win that Larry OB baby, I might have to give up Pat Bev.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to think who you would give him up for, like him and Batum. Like who out there could, because they need a point guard. If they get a point guard, they'll be fine.
Yeah,
Right.
HD. That's
I
that's
don't know.
that's
You'd
pretty
have to
much
do a
what I'm
package
getting
deal
for
or
him.
a three-way trade or some shit.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more
Mm-hmm.
sense. You have to do a three-way trade. You would have to, because I just don't like this team. To me, just looks like a fourth or a fifth seed to me. It don't look like a top
Mm-hmm.
3 team to me.
And I guess
It looked
your
like
evidence is
you
still.
know what I'm saying, back in the day when you used to go hoop at the park on the Saturday and you had that winning team, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get on the court, y'all done won 3 or 4 games. Now one buddy gotta go to work, the other one gotta go pick up his kids. So you try to
Right,
pick up, you know what I'm saying? You still got your main 3, but you're trying to pick
right,
up 2 other guys and keep it
right,
going. So
right.
you might, you know what I'm saying? They don't, you might stay on the court, but you might catch an L and you might need to regroup.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking they're gonna have to do that because the West got some killers. They got some killers this year, and I think Memphis is gonna be better, and I think Golden State definitely gonna be better. I think Golden State could be a 3rd or 4th seed, personally, if it all fits together.
Yeah, because Curry is still gonna be a killer. If Curry comes
Right.
back, he's still the best shooter. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna
Mhm.
get his. You know what I'm saying? Draymond, hopefully he can get over this triple single, get back to the double double. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm high on the kid. I'm high on the kid Wiseman. He been with
Yeah.
Penny for 2 years. Penny
Me
gonna have
too.
him. He gonna have him nice.
Yeah.
Me
So
too, man.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
then you
I got
got Kelly
Golden.
Oubre, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
defense, high energy. You got Brad
Mhm.
Wanamaker. He's, 27, 28. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
they
He's
picked up
experienced.
Wanamaker from Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, they picked up Brad.
Boston gonna take a step back because he was coming off that bench killing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
What y'all
So
think about Tristan Kardashian? Boston been trying to get a center, so they wouldn't got Tristan Kardashian.
they got Tristan. Oh man, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know. I mean, he's a body. You could have an extra body or something to get the rebounds, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't like that. I just don't like it. Like Boston
I
to
don't
me,
like it either, and I don't like him because they always talking about how great of a rebounder he is. I'm like, I
right,
done seen Steph Curry out rebound this fool in the finals.
right, right. Exactly. So he's soft. So I'm trying to see basically it's like why would you even get him? But I don't know, man. I don't like Brad Stevens. I think Brad Stevens is overrated. That's just me. I think he gets too much of a pass all the time. And to me, he has probably the most talented team out there, but he's
Mm-hmm.
not producing or finishing with that team. And I just know if it was a black coach at that position, they would have been fired by now. So I'm just saying.
Clipped. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, he would have. He would have. Brad Stevens, unfortunately, he's on the hot spot this year, and Tristan Thompson will not help that situation whatsoever.
Yeah, love and success follows me. Asked the question, will the Spurs be back? Love and success, the Spurs have to get rid of Aldridge and DeRozan. If they can get rid of them, I think they'll have a formidable team, but I just don't know if it'll be enough to make the playoffs. I think they'll be a 10th or 11th seed, but they could surprise me and jump to that 8th seed, but it's going to be tough because you
They
gotta look
might
at who you're
surprise you
going
because if they get that kid back, I forgot his first name. His last name is Murray.
Murray.
About 6'4",
Oh,
Yeah.
skinny
Lonnie
point
Murray.
guard.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Lonnie
nice.
Murray the fourth. Yeah, Lonnie Murray the fourth. I like him. He's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, Murray. He
Oh no,
nice.
Lonnie Walker.
There's
Lonnie Walker.
DeJounte Murray too. Ain't there a
Yeah,
Javonte
no,
or
no. I'm talking about
Javonte Murray
no. Oh
too?
yeah, they do have Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker is all right, but I'm talking about this kid Dejounte
DeJounte.
Murray.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
guy, that boy there bad. I like him. He got a nice game. He just got to stay healthy. If he stay healthy, they'll surprise me, but it's going to be tough, man, because you got all these teams coming up. Memphis is going to be tough. Phoenix is going to be, well, I don't know. Phoenix can go either way. I'm just not so sold on Devin Booker. I know he can score. I know he can shoot, do all these things, but sometimes he just shows he's mentally weak or he complains about stuff too much. And I just don't see that dog in him to go to that next level. I don't see it. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about it, but
He's at
I
that
don't know.
point though. He's at the crossroads, HD. No, I think that's a good take. I mean, obviously, I think he can be, but what you just said is a great way of looking at things. Like, is this the year that he needs to take that step? Now you got a good guy in the backcourt with you, that being Chris Paul. So no excuses, my man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
they still got Ayton. They signed Jay Crowder, so he'll help defensively. And then they
It's
got
just
some
the
young
West,
pieces
though,
in Phoenix.
man.
They got some young pieces, but yeah, it is the West. But being Chris Paul's in Phoenix, I know they're gonna want Chris Paul in the playoffs and Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying? They two popular
Yeah.
players, so they're gonna definitely try to squeeze,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the marketing dollars out getting Phoenix in the playoffs.
But what's crazy is this, fellas, you still got Portland. Like HD just named Memphis. He named, I don't even think he named the Pelicans. We forgot about Portland. I don't know how they're gonna do.
I was gonna get to them next and everything. The Pelicans, like I said, they brought Brandon Ingram back on the last live we did. That was a big pickup to me and everything.
Yes,
what's up, Nick?
What's going on, bro?
The Pelicans, to me, they picked up a great
What up, Nick?
pickup by re-signing Brandon Ingram. When they re-signed Brandon Ingram, that basically helped them in the front court. Now they just need to make sure Zion is together. If Zion's all together, then I believe they'll take a step forward. But the Spurs, like I said, the Spurs got to get rid of DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. If they get rid of those two pieces, I think they can be a surprise team. And I think they could be better because DeRozan to me just takes up too much space. And at times he just falls apart at big games. And then we know what Aldridge does. He plays like a point guard or a two guard in big situations when these fadeaways. So,
or simply put it, you're soft. I said, simply put, he's just soft.
Yeah, he's soft. And so I just don't.
And he's getting old. He's about 33, 34 now.
That's it.
Yeah, so you have to get rid of those two pieces. That's the only way I see the Spurs getting back because you gotta let those young guys flourish and let them touch the ball and try to make them a better team. You can't keep on hanging around with these bums who are gonna get you to the playoffs and they're gonna just basically choke when it's big time games and you need to win. So you might as well just keep going with the youth. You got the youth already, you got the bench. So roll with that and see if you can get those two away, but just don't trade DeRozan to my Magic. I just pray to God you don't do that. They're talking about it. They need to drop the phone.
Who they gonna get? DeRozan for Aaron Gordon?
I think they were talking about Aaron Gordon and what's the other guy name? It's Aaron Gordon and
Jonathan Isaac or
no, it's not Isaac. It's I think it's Fournier or somebody.
Vucevic?
No, they not gonna trade. No, they gave Vucevic $100 million contract. They're not gonna get rid of him. Not right now, unless there's something good out there to trade for. But they wanted to trade DeRozan there. They were talking about it, but he don't need to go there because I think
that's a come up for the Spurs if they do.
Yeah.
But you know what though, HD and fellas, you brought up something yesterday in regards to coaching, and then I said something about the hard balls. I'm gonna say this about Popovich too. It all depends on how much more he want left to answer that brother's question as far as the Spurs coming back. How much more left in the tank does Popovich have to coach this new breed of talent?
I think he gonna turn it over to Sue, the girl Sue Bird, because you know they're trying to make a
I was
first
just about to
female
ask
coach.
that.
Or Becky Ham. I thought it was
Yeah,
Becky Ham.
Becky
Yeah,
Hammond.
Becky
Yeah,
Hammond.
you know he gonna turn it over, man. Pop finna be done. He finna turn it over to them.
There it is. Because Tim Duncan opted out of that thing for whatever reason. Tim said he didn't want to do it.
Man, Tim ain't got the patience. He had to deal with Tony Parker messing with player wives and deal with him messing up on the court.
Yeah.
Man, he ain't got the patience for these guys. Not this generation. You know, you got to have a special patience for this generation, man.
And
Well,
speaking
Silver
of that, let's talk
be
about
happy.
the Minnesota Timberwolves. And
Yeah.
particularly, I want to talk about this cat, Malik Beasley. You know what I forgot throughout this whole little scandal, him with Larsa Pippen?
What?
Y'all forgot he got in a fight and got his ass whooped by a football player in the hotel. Y'all remember that?
Oh, that pop up on my
No,
news.
take me back though. Take me back to it. I don't know what you're
He
talking
got
about.
in a
Keep going.
fight with a cornerback named Sue Cravens. And the reason he got in a fight was because the broad he's married to, he wasn't married to her at the time. She was in that nigga's DMs.
Oh man.
Did he play for the Denver Broncos?
I think he either played for the Broncos or the Washington Redskins.
I'll look it up right now. He fought somebody.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? This dude is a whole trip. He got his ass whooped in the hotel room by the broad. He married the broad, got a charge with the shotgun, you know what I'm saying? And then wanted the broad to take the charge. She didn't want to take the charge now, so that's why he wouldn't bounce and got Larson.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy. Malik Beasley, man, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, what do everybody see in Larsa? Like, damn. I'll try to see.
That sex magic, bro. There must be some sex magic out here. I mean, I'm with you, HD. I don't get it.
You know what I'm saying? With the Kardashians in the limelight, that's what everybody wanted, Kardashians. Right. So that's like the next closest thing.
That's just the fame.
Oh man, that's terrible. I just don't get it. It's just too much infatuation with her. And then they said, I think Pippen took her back. Didn't he take her back?
Please say you're lying. Are you being funny right now?
I'm being serious, dog. I see the report.
Bro, Pippen need to take anything back. He need to take his last name back. That's what he need to take back.
Man, they said he got back with her, and then he got caught talking to an IG model. I can't make this up. They said this stuff. I'm like, are you serious?
Hey man.
Pippen,
that nigga was dressed like OG Bobby Johnson in this one interview I seen.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. But what are we gonna expect to see from Westbrook and John Wall this season? Are we gonna see I mean not John Wall, but Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook? Are we gonna see a good dynamic, or are we gonna just see an 8 or 7 seed at best, if that?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know how that dynamic will even work, man. I don't, to be honest with you right now. I don't.
I think it'll be something sort of similar to Houston. Russell doing his thing, and then Bradley, you know what I'm saying, trying to shoot from 3. It'll be interesting to see how it flows with the young talent that they have. They got the guy from Gonzaga. It's going to be a sophomore, Roy Hamacha. And, you know, he's nice down low. And then they got the kid from Israel. So we'll see how that flows.
Right.
Yeah.
Who said 7th? Didn't HD say 7th or 8th seed? Didn't you say 7th or 8th seed, HD?
Yeah, I said
8th
seed. I said right, so 7th or 8th seed, how they're constructed, because I don't know. The East is tricky. I know the Pacers are out of it now because they're trading everybody, I think.
Really?
I thought they were trading on Victor Oladipo. They
Oh,
had
wow.
him. They were shopping him around.
Yeah, he's injury prone, man. He could play, but he's injury prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got them at best. I feel like the ceiling for the Wizards is 6. And then obviously the basement is they don't even make the playoffs, man. And then this could be it for Russ, man. This could be it. And I don't mean the end of his career. I just mean the end of him being, as you said earlier in your that video you put out, HD. West could really be broke, man. That could be it.
Yeah, but the thing is, he never worked on any part of his game. Like Westbrook just plays the same. He's like that kid who playing the video game. You're playing a video game with the kid, like your nephew or somebody, and you're trying to teach him to move on Street Fighter or whatever, and you're like, do it like this, but he's still pushing that circle. I'm gonna just press this and think he's gonna keep getting away with it. And then at the end of the day, you just realize they're just stubborn. They're just bullheaded. You can't change their game. They're gonna play the way they're gonna play, which is 100 miles per hour at the beginning and in situational basketball. That's just how he's gonna play. And you just got to get used to it. And you're just gonna have to try to win with it. It's gonna be tough for Bill. I don't know how Bill gonna handle it. He might handle it better than all the other guys handle it. So
that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
So I'm just saying, dog. That's what I'm saying, dude. Russell Westbrook is like 30, his early 30s. He's 32 years old, dog. He cannot. You can't depend on your athleticism for that long, dog. Soon it's gonna go away. Soon it's gonna drift away, man. And he has not expanded his game at all. He has not worked on his jump shot. He hasn't worked on anything else. You know what I mean? To expand his game. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was just gonna say Russ is the equivalent to them action movies, man. He's Die Hard, he's Rambo. But at the end of the day, that nigga's not holding up no Oscar award, man. He's action. And I love a good action movie, but you know eventually you know what you're gonna get. Shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Gonna be a lot of action, and that's about it. Period.
Yeah, but a lot of action and no results, man. I mean, Bill's 27, so he has time, but I don't know, man. I just think that this is gonna be really good or really bad. It could go either way. Because now remember, now this is what I'm holding on to. Before the COVID hit, Russell was playing at a high level, and he wasn't shooting threes like he was. He was shooting the mid-range a little better. He was playing better defense. He wasn't at times going Westbrook, I like to call him. He broke. His shot broke, and he gonna keep shooting with that shot that's broke. So that's how he plays, but he did better before the COVID hit. Now, when he got COVID, he played trash because that had a lot to do with his performances because of your respiratory system, and I know he couldn't breathe well. So if he does play like that in that small sample size for at least try to play the whole season, because he also has durability issues, then they could be a formidable opponent in the East. I think they could be real dangerous.
Styles make fights, and obviously, like if the Wizards had to play the Bucks, I'd give them like a puncher's chance. But if they played Miami, I could see Miami shutting them down. Period.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Miami, I think, got the best team in the East to me, because they got Avery Bradley and Mo Harkless. People don't understand how important those pieces were, because now your pieces are interchangeable. You can go with them. You can go with them for a half or a quarter. You don't have to play your starters to death. It could be like Golden State was. You know how they were playing. They played defense.
And Mo Harkless gives you the same kind of energy and pace in defense that Jay Crowder gave you. Plus, he'll be better in situations on offense where, you know what I'm saying, he's not going to go 2 or 3 for 9. You know what I'm saying? He'll actually get you some buckets and create some offense. He's a better shooter.
Right.
And plus, they really kept their core nucleus. I don't think anybody really got traded besides Jay Crowder. And plus, they added What's the rookie's name off the bench? The power forward.
Man, Precious Achua, and I think he is the biggest steal in the draft. He's young, athletic, he's good defensively, and he's working on his offense. He said he wants to be like Kawhi. He's about 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", long, athletic, strong, is already defensively sound. I know Jimmy Butler is gonna have him, teach him, you know what I'm saying, the right way. So in a year or two, I mean, shit, Miami got a good core, bro, a good young core. This kid they just added, Precious Achua, his upside in athleticism is phenomenal. Then you got Tyler Hero. We seen what he did as a rookie. You got Kendrick Nunn, you got Duncan Robinson. They got a good young core and the right veteran leadership around. They rebrought Udonis Haslem back. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a solid OG. You know what I'm saying? That can keep him steady and keep him focused. You still got Miles Leonard. You know what I'm saying? They good to go.
You still got
Bam. You still got Bam Bam. And Bam Bam Young. How could I forget Bam Bam in that young nucleus? Hell, that's the starting five right there. Kendrick Nunn at the 1, Tyler Hero at the 2, Duncan Robinson at the 3, Precious Achua at the 4, Bam at the 5. You good to go.
Yeah, because if Kendrick ain't caught that COVID, man, Miami would have been even more dangerous.
Oh yeah, by far.
Did they keep the Dragon too, or did the Dragic like it?
No, they brought the Dragon back. Jimmy Butler said that he was gonna punch him or beat him up if he didn't come back.
Hey,
wow, that's a good squad, fellas.
Man, I like that squad, man. I think they can do their thing. Y'all think the Bucks are gonna do anything, or y'all think they're gonna take a step back?
They still got Middleton.
They added Bobby Portis from the Bulls. And
Nicholas got to be joking. Is he joking?
I'm not. They still have Chris Middleton. Yeah. I mean, they could try to work around it, but
Giannis Middleton, DiVincenzo. They added Bobby Portis. Who else they got?
Bobby Portis gonna beat up Middleton. He gonna sock that nigga, man.
Man, no, man. Portis don't need to do that. He already got that bad rap for sleeping that white boy in Chicago. Nah.
Oh man, Middleton gonna have that constipated look. Not gonna go too well, bruh.
I think if they would have been able to get that trade through for Bogdanovich, that would have really helped them in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, that would have fit them perfectly. But that was a bad. If they could have got him, man, that would have been a nasty trade.
See, but
beefed him up.
See, but here's my thing though. They traded what's his name, Eric Bledsoe for Drew Holiday, and I wonder how Drew Holiday and Giannis are going to end up playing because Drew Holiday is more of a ball dominant point guard.
Right.
And I think Milwaukee would have probably fit best with I think they were a pass first. So, a true point guard would have fit more with Milwaukee, but I think they might make it work. I think they might.
So does Bledsoe play for the Pelicans now?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot they got DJ Augustine. The Bucks got DJ Augustine, so they should be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They should be okay.
All right.
And plus, they still got Brook Lopez. They still got what's his name, Ilyasova. But I mean, Marvin Williams. They should be okay. They should be okay.
Yeah, they should be all right. But I don't know about that 1 seed though. They coming up off that 1 seed this year.
So who you think?
Which is all right, is gonna be, it's gonna be like Miami, Milwaukee, Boston. Philly's
Brooklyn.
Still good for like a 6-7 spot.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn. I don't know about Brooklyn.
That's the big question.
I'm laughing because all y'all got quiet. Like I was like, damn, they go to Crickets. Everybody ain't sold on Brooklyn, fellas.
I'm not sold on them, man. I'm just not. I don't like Joe Cool said it last night on the stream. Like he said it perfectly. Every time Kawhi plays on a team, like let's say he gets hurt and then he comes back, like the team plays better. Like the team just plays better with him off the court.
You mean Kyrie Irving, right?
Right.
Yeah, he meant Kyrie.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know because I'm thinking this scenario in my head, and I may be crazy. It's cool. I've been drinking today, So you get child crazy. But the thing is, I think what might happen, knocking on wood, if Kyrie gets hurt, what if this team just explodes and takes off? Are you gonna think about trying to move Kyrie, like not this year, but next year? Like if everything don't work out, like if he gets hurt and then you go on this run and then he comes back and he tries to work out and the team is average at best.
Who's your point guard gonna be though? If you do that,
You still got Dinwiddie.
But he's not a point guard though, man. I don't even know
Right.
if he's able to make it work though
And
that way.
Karis LeVert is a scorer too. He's
See
not
what
necessarily a point guard.
You see what I mean? It's that
Right.
that whole starting lineup is filled with guys who need the ball in their hands, and I don't even know if I don't know how it's gonna work with them, man.
Exactly. So you don't know who your point guard is and stuff. I don't know. If you look at it, is KD gonna have to be forced to play point guard? He might have to, because they ain't got no point guard.
Either that or Kyrie is just gonna have to take a step back and
Yeah.
and have Kevin Durant end up being the number one option, which that should end up being. Either way
Right.
it goes.
A smart man would do that, Nicholas.
Of course.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I mean that's what we would think. You know what I'm saying, that he would take a step back, but it's safe to say that we're all in agreement. That fourth or fifth seed, Brooklyn's kind of skeptical, and Philly is too. I don't think we brung them up. What y'all think about the
Philly ain't going
76ers?
nowhere. Philly is not going nowhere. They still have the burden of freaking
What's up, all hail to the king?
Yeah, what's up?
So
What's going on?
Yeah, but like I said, man, they still have the burden of Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons on the same team.
yeah, like I said, Philly's still good for a 6 or 7 seed. You know, first round bounced out.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I can see that too. I just don't trust Doc or Ben Simmons. What Ben Simmons going to do? Is he going to take a shot this year? Is he finally going to step back and
Hell
shoot
no.
a three?
No, and then they got a couple of shooters they wouldn't add Steph Curry, Steph Curry's little brother and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? They trying to make it look like they trying to make adjustments, but you know, Doc don't make adjustments in the long run. You know, Doc's substitutions suck. You know what I'm saying? He's always just play it out type shit. So
yeah.
And what's up with their little rookie, man? What's up with his name? Tyrese Maxey. What's up with that? What's up with him? I haven't seen much of him.
yeah, I haven't seen much of him. He has some high regards, but I haven't really followed him like I have some of the others, like Precious Achua, James Wiseman, and some of these cats.
Yeah.
So do you see? I see them like a 6 seed, and I see Brooklyn being 5, 6, or 7. They could be in that range to me, because I just don't trust the dynamic.
Yeah, because in the Eastern Conference, at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to Miami, Milwaukee, or Boston. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, unless Brooklyn can actually play their cards right, but other than that, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I just don't see it either. I just don't see Kyrie just taking a step back and playing a point guard. I just don't see it. He got too much two guard in him. So I don't see it. And then with Portland out west, I just don't. They have to trade. They got to get rid of CJ. And I love CJ. CJ's a great guy, but him and Dame just don't fit. They just don't fit, especially in the clutch moments as well. So I don't know. I see Portland basically this year doing the same thing like Brooklyn to me, like just fall back, like the 6, maybe 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and we didn't even talk about Indiana. I don't think we talked about them. They still have their core nucleus. I wouldn't be surprised if they fell into the 5th seed or not. You know what I mean? Somewhere along those lines, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
Oladipo got to stay healthy unless they trade him. But Demonte Sabonis should be coming back, so that's definitely gonna be a big one for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
what about the Raptors? I forgot Toronto.
right? We sure did forget
Yeah,
about
Van Fleet signed back. That was a big sign back for them. And they got a lot of young talent. They got some people on the bench that's good that nobody know about yet. They're gonna probably come in and ball out. So Majuri just keeps getting the guys from the Africa connection, and he keeps getting a good team. So you could put anybody at coach, it seems like, for his team. But I still don't like Nick Nurse. I still think Nick Nurse is to me, he's a substitute teacher more than a head coach. And I just don't like him in situations. It was plenty of times they should have beat Boston, because I think they played worse than they played, but Boston just lucked up and won because they had Tatum, Brown, and Kemba. So, like I said, I mean, I don't know what you guys think.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Well, they had no stars.
You said what?
They had no stars. Raptors had no stars.
Yeah, they don't have no stars, but Pascal's a star. You could say he's one. Van Fleet is on that cusp.
Well, Pascal is an all-star, and Kyle Lowry is going to be I think he was an all-star the last go around. He's not going to be an all-star this go around, but he's a former all-star.
A general.
Yeah,
you got Fred VanVleet, who is a good you know what I'm saying? He's a great commodity and great piece. And then you got some athletic pieces coming off the bench and everything. You know what I'm saying? I got to, like HD said, give props to Masai Ujiri through the African connection. He's getting a lot of these young athletic cats. So, you know what I'm saying? The Raptors still going to be in contention. You know what I'm saying? And they play the game well, so they can definitely surprise a couple teams and beat them.
Yep. And they play well together too. So they don't mind sharing the ball. So, and then down the stretch, I trust Van Fleet. Van Fleet has hit some big shots, especially in the games they need him to hit. So, but Pascal, like, to me, we just have to see what he does this year. He had a bad bubble, which is understandable. It was the bubble, and then you had COVID going on. So do we feel like he's going to be a step up this year than what he was? And then when they get to the playoffs, will he elevate his game? Because if he elevate his game, the Raptors would be, you can't really beat them because defensively they're sound. And all five of their guys can switch off and guard anybody. But what do you guys think they can do this year? Think Pascal would be better?
The East is rich in wings, though.
Second round at best, for sure.
Second round at best? Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, man. The East is very rich though when it comes to the wing defenders. You got Jimmy, you got them Dobermans in Boston, even though sometimes they play like poodles. You know what I'm saying? You got the boys in Milwaukee.
Boston,
a lot of people play D.
See, and here's the thing about Boston. Here's the thing about Boston. Boston has the potential to actually make it out the East and go to the NBA Finals. The only thing is the fact that Jason Tatum, when the clutch, times in the clutch, he does not show up.
Oh.
And Jaylen Brown is, he's Mr. Inconsistent, and plus Kemba Walker doesn't know his role. You know what I mean? They have the talent, they have the personnel. It's just the fact that they don't know their roles. And I think going against a team like Miami, they would always get knocked out.
Somebody.
What'd you say?
Tatum is the only one holding them back.
You say Tatum's holding them back?
He's the only one. He steps up, they'll be in the finals for sure.
Yeah, and I believe the same thing too. Tatum just, to me, he's missing something. I don't know what it is. He's missing something though, but
it's that dog. It's that dog.
Yep, he don't have that dog in him. I just don't see it. And Jaylen Brown, like you say, when he really wants to play, Jaylen Brown's amazing. He jumps off your screen, but then he'll have a game where he plays. Right, he gives you like 5 points and like 3-4 rebounds. And it's like, what are you doing? So. Yeah, Tatum has to take a step forward. He has to be that alpha leader this year, and he has to demand the ball more. So I don't know. I just don't trust Boston in the clutch. I just don't trust their coach. I don't trust their whole team. So I just don't see them like getting. I just don't see them making it to the championship. Like I see them, they could get close, and then they fall short.
Yeah, they're Eastern Conference Finals at best, and I see them getting knocked out by Miami. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
like,
then it sounds like
I
Milwaukee.
agree. Jason Tatum, he has the talent, he
has.
has the skill, but he just doesn't have that little it factor to just say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And really just take it over and lock it down. You know what I'm saying? He lacks that. He lacks that true alpha. You know what I'm saying? That true spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the problem I have with him. I just can't. I'm not sold on Boston. I'm just not. To me, I just don't see them getting to the championship. I see the Heat could get there, and I see the Bucks could get there. Those are the two teams I see that can make it out the East to play in the finals.
Most likely, I still see Miami getting there, man. I think
Yeah,
that's sour taste in their mouth, from getting screwed last season. So I think
Exactly.
as far as the Western Conference goes, that man.
That's a done deal. That's a done deal. The West is a done deal. Right? You already know what's going to happen.
It's a done deal, huh?
We don't know if it's a done deal because we got to think about it. I don't think LeBron's going to keep this team for the whole year. I think he's going to make some changes because
he'll make it better.
Hold on. One, you have Dennis Schroeder who's coming in, right? Dennis Schroeder already wants to start, and he's done this where he was in Atlanta. He messed that team up, because I think his name was Jeff T. Jeff T had the offense flowing fluently, and Schroeder wanted to start, and ever since he started, Atlanta was underachieving, or they weren't winning the games they should have won, because to me, he's not a real true point guard to me. So you brought him in, and to me, he's already bumping his gums about he wants to start. Then not only that, you also have to think about it. Montrezl Harrell was upset with how Paul George and Kawhi were basically being a-holes last year. What do you think LeBron and AD gonna be? They're gonna be just as worse, if not bad, because they just won a championship. So that's gonna elevate more to their ego for them to do whatever they want to do. So LeBron has a lot of question marks.
LeBron and AD gonna put them in their place, They will do what they need to do. LeBron has won 4 championships, right? He can do it.
That's a Mickey Mouse championship, a pandemic, and don't even count the fact LeBron won his first championship in a lockout.
Exactly.
Right. He won his first championship in a lockout, and not only did he win it in a lockout, his resume is very shaky at best. He beat a OKC team who was a young team. OKC team, they weren't even ready yet, and he beat them. And then he lucked up by winning the next championship, which got him to a game 7. And he wasn't even the one to close out game 7. Everybody forgets about Shane Battier and Mario Chalmers and those boys going on that hot streak to put the game away. Nobody wants to bring that up.
Exactly. And not to mention that the only reason why the Spurs ended up choking up that game 6 is because Popovich was on dumb crap.
Yeah.
Taking out Tim Duncan and putting in.
Took out Tim Duncan. How you gonna sit Tim Duncan down?
Right. You sat Tim Duncan down, and then you went to your next thing you went to was you played against the Golden State team that wasn't a Golden State team. Steph Curry was probably having the worst finals out of all the final appearances he had. This was probably his worst finals, like shooting wise. He was terrible. And you guys had a chance, and he had a chance to win that, and he lost to that team. Then he came back. They had to suspend Draymond. Draymond should have been suspended a long time ago, but why didn't they suspend him in OKC series? But they let him play in that series. I mean, why they suspend him in the Cleveland series, but they let him play in the OKC series when he was kicking people. So we already knew what the agenda was to get LeBron a ring. So all LeBron's championships to me have been fraudulent, and they've been very weakish. And it was a pandemic thing this past season. So now we're playing a different season. Can he come back and do it with this team? against them, we know the refs are going to help him because he's the superstar. He's the face of the league. But do you think the team is going to suffice? Because these parts you have, they may look good. The only piece I really see fitting well is Wesley Matthews. That's about it.
A shooter, a straight shooter.
Not just a straight shooter, he's a good on-ball defender.
Right. He's a good, he's a good on-ball defender in today's game. He's great for today's game. So that's what I'm saying, that he fits in well. Montrez, I'm just saying, like Montrez, is he gonna stay in line? And if he stays in line, that'll be a good pick for you guys, him coming off the bench. But I still think Schroeder is going to be a problem. Him and LeBron are going to bump heads all year. So
it's got to take a while for us to gel. Who's going to challenge us? Nobody. There's nobody in the West.
There's a lot of guys.
I need more than that, bro. I need a little more. Keep going. I need to hear why nobody's going to challenge them. Tell us.
Who's gonna challenge the Clippers?
We just named about 5 teams.
Right.
Go ahead, AP. My fault, brother.
No, you good. We named 5 teams, like who did it just said. We named, of course, the Warriors. Not only the Warriors, we named the Clippers. We felt the Clippers took a step back. The Nuggets. Each year, the Nuggets have gotten better. The year before last, they basically were they came back down against San Antonio, got to the semis and lost to Portland. This past year, they came back from 3-2, 3-1 leads to get to at least 2 games away from being in the championship. So they're going to come back being a challenge. So it's just not.
We didn't talk about Dallas.
Right.
Sure didn't talk about Dallas either.
Dallas done got better.
Exactly.
So you're going to have a lot more competition.
The only way the Lakers are going to lose is if AD or LeBron hurt. That's it. If they're healthy.
And I'm glad he said that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
All right, go ahead.
All I was going to say is it's funny that he said that about getting hurt, because I'm pretty sure the rest of the fellas can vibe with what I'm about to say. Don't you find it strange that this man is going on 36? I'm not wishing injury upon this man, but do you really think he's going to play at a high level once again this year? And if he does, things that make you go,
Really?
I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, when are we going to see a little bit of a decline? And here's the thing: I'm not wishing it on him. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll say this, man.
I mean, what do you want from him?
Well, listen, man. LeBron is he's been on the decline he's been on the decline ever since he lost to the Spurs back in 2014, dude. Ever since, he's been on the decline, dog. He has no quick first step. Not to mention, he really has no move. The only way for him to score is the offensive foul and travel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And stat pad, and resorts to stat pad.
He has no moves
whatsoever.
That's what makes him better than Jordan and Kobe. He's smart enough not to play defense anymore.
What?
Well, that's dumb, though. If you don't play defense, that means the other team going to score on you. But LeBron's never been a real strong defender. LeBron is a guy who was athletic. He played off the ball. The thing he was good at was he could use his athleticism to jump the passing lanes, or he can get uncontested defensive rebounds. And he saves himself during a lot of stretches of the game, so it'll give him enough energy to do his chase down block thing, which he so happened to make famous now.
And not to mention these forced assists that he gets from these little four out sets. You know what I mean? It's the only really, which is really not even basketball. Team basketball playing a little 4 out where everybody's spread out on the perimeter. There's no ball. There's no off ball movement. You know what I mean? He's the only one at the top of the key dribbling the ball. You know what I mean? Then you get one guy to set a pick to get a point guard on you. Then you bum rush the point guard to the basket. That's not basketball, dude. It's not. It's not team basketball. Simple as that.
It might not be team basketball, but it's effective.
But last year, but I'm just saying, even his first season when he got with the Lakers, this is the thing. He got hurt. He came back because everybody loves to use this excuse. He got hurt. He came back in enough time. He said, I'm going to activate playoff mode. And when he didn't get what he wanted, which was AD at that trade deadline, LeBron just quit on the team. Now, I understand from his perspective because that's just how he built. He basically wants it his way, and if he doesn't get it his way, he's like F everybody. That's just who he is as a human being. But at the end of the day, he showed that AD is very important. And the thing is, AD wasn't getting no type of respect or shine last year when he was practically the best player and the reason that the Lakers were doing well. Can you count on him to stay healthy another season, like a full season?
Exactly. Like he was saying, AD did not get the credit he deserved. AD led the Lakers in every category except assists. So rebounds, points, free throw percentage, all that. You know what I'm saying? AD led the Lakers in every category except assists. So you know what I'm saying? AD was the heart and soul of that team. You know what I'm saying? Look, he was carrying LeBron. You got to admit that he was carrying
on this team. AD is the best. There's no doubt about it.
Well, hey, that's the first. Yeah, at least he gave it up.
Second, a second role for him. He's the Scotsman.
Your audio going in and out. All hail to the king.
Oh, I'm saying that LeBron James this year, he played the Scotsman. Jordan was 80, no doubt about it.
Hey, bro, what country you in?
America. What are you talking about?
You kind of cracking up. You know, your connection is
kind of cracking up. I don't know if you on that international Wi-Fi.
No, America.
You kind of crackling a little bit, but
what's up, Joe Cool?
Joe Cool, what's happening?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Chilling. We just running through the West and the East. We basically were talking about the Lakers right now. Basically, I was saying that the pieces that they have on their team, I don't know if they're going to keep all those pieces as the year goes on, because it just takes 1 or 2 games to make LeBron unhappy, and he's trading half your team again. So, who do you think out West to you is a surprise or a team that you're looking forward to see out West? I can't hear you, Joe. Your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I think the Pelicans. I'm gonna for the Pelicans. I want to see what they can do.
Yeah, they're surprised for guys. And plus, all the Pelicans need is really they have a young core. Yeah. They have a young core. They have the young core nucleus, and plus they just need a bench. You know what I mean?
Who they coach?
Who is their coach?
Stan Van Gundy.
Oh hell!
Oh Lord!
God damn!
For HD, let me say this, HD. You do remember what we talked about the other day? If Zion's gonna be the new LeBron and cry and all that other stuff, if Stan Van Gundy hurt his feelings, he's gone. And I ain't no Stan Van Gundy guy. But if Zion want him gone, he gone.
But it's Stan Van Gundy, dog. You don't know how mad I'm still that we lost against the Lakers, dog. I still hate this man for putting in Jameer Nelson when he hasn't played in 6 months, dog. He's the dumbest coach I know, the dumbest coach I've ever seen, and he's gonna be the reason the New Orleans Pelicans do not reach their full potential. He sucks as a head coach. He sucks.
Yeah, I don't think they gave Gentry enough time.
That's real, and I see even if he wasn't the coach of the Pelicans, here's the Pelicans' problem. They're going to be in the playoff contention because, like we said, they got Zion. The NBA, right. Zion is the cash cow. The NBA wants to get all the marketing dollars they can out of Zion. But the problem with the Pelicans is the best player is Brandon Ingram, who just came into his own. So in the playoffs, he's not going to be ready to, you know what I'm saying? He still needs experience and to build and learn. He's not going to be ready to take it over like how a Jimmy Butler can. He's not seasoned like that yet. Bledsoe, we already know, inconsistent in the playoffs. Lonzo Ball, you know what I'm saying? Good young piece, can do some things, but not really ready. They got a nice little center, Jackson Hayes, coming off the bench. Good young piece, big man, but they just need experience. So they're going to need to build off this year's experience if they do get in the playoffs and use that going forward. You know what I'm saying, to try to reach the potential, but they will have to get rid of Stan Van Gundy to do that.
I'm telling you, Stan Van Gundy, he sucks the life out of your team, man. The guy is the worst coach I've ever seen. He did it in Miami. You know, he like Shaq said, he's the master of panic. So I just don't trust him in New Orleans, and I think they need to move on from him as soon as possible because he's not a good coach, man. I just don't want to see that young team be underutilized.
Let me go back to
important,
my
like
man, Uncle Frank.
Hold on, let me say this. It's important what you said here. You know what I'm saying? He's a nervous wreck. And when you have young players, they're going to feel that. You know what I'm saying? And that rubs off. When the coach is nervous, you're going to be nervous. You know what I'm saying? So you need somebody that's calm. You know what I'm saying? And strong. But go ahead. Who did it?
Two things, bro. One thing is if they do get to the playoffs, it'll be like a step up because, you know, they didn't make it to the playoffs this year.
Right.
But number two, y'all forgetting something. They got Steven Adams now.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
Steve Adams.
Yeah, so Steven Adams is another piece that we know AD and old Braun. He doesn't like to really get physical. Just another team to be on the lookout, man. I feel like Steven Adams can add at least a little bit of height, not even a little bit of height, a lot of height, but that's to make sure that Zion is a little bit more free because Zion don't rebound enough, man.
Yeah.
Right.
That is true. I see that.
He'll play his true position.
That's a nice little lineup.
He can play his true position.
Yeah. And hopefully Zion actually expands his game a lot more, you know what I mean, and not just depending on his athleticism like LeBron did.
Right. That's what we want to see. We hope he does. You know, we hope he does, and we hope he does become a better player and the face of the league. But we'll see, man. Stan Van Gundy, man, you're on notice right now. I'm just saying he's on notice, and I don't like him with that team. I just think that's a diamond in the rough, and he gonna lose it. He just gonna lose the diamond in the open. He just lost it. That's Stan Van Gundy's type of style that he brings to the table. He's terrible now. He can pick talent now. He put the right pieces around your guys when you need it. But as far as coaching, man, he is trash. He is an L. So I can't.
What y'all think about the Nuggets?
I think the Nuggets are the second best team in the West.
Yeah.
I agree.
They lost Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, they lost Jeremy Grant, but they added Michael Green. The Michael Green does just as good. He's just defensively, he's not on that level, but he'll bring toughness and he'll bring a piece where he can shoot, and they'll be able to stretch the floor with him, so he could play the four. So, like I said, I think they'll be fun. And Joker Murray has to me. He has to show is he going to be a star or a superstar. He has to show that he wants to go to that next level.
And Porter Williams or whatever the young boy is, if he's willing to step up too, that's a nice three-headed monster, man. That's a nice three-headed monster.
Yeah, man.
Eliminate foul trouble too.
Yeah.
Foul trouble. Stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, depending on who they playing. Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all got to I'll check y'all out later.
All right, then.
Nick. Salute.
But that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. They're the second best team, and I think they'll be good. Michael Porter Jr. to me, he just has to mature a little bit more, and I think they'll be all right.
Well, then if he step his game up, and if Bo can even just add 6 fouls, I felt like why didn't he play at all in the Lakers series? Like, give me 6 fouls, bro.
Because these coaches ain't like old school. The coaches who are old school, they practically they weren't afraid to get the guy at the end of the bench and bring him in the game. Like, hey, I need you to come in here. I need you to do this. Today it's like, oh, I got my rotation. I can't go from my rotation. I can't go from my rotation. It's like they act like they finna get shot in the head or something. It's like, no, we just need you to get the guys playing. And not only that, we just need you to do your job. Like, win the game. Like, stop playing to not lose. I'm tired of that mentality. That's the worst mentality to have as a coach.
They played them like one game against the Lakers. Was it like one game?
Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, they played him when they was up by like 40 points. When it was all said and done, they brought him in the game.
Yeah.
But they didn't put him in with no substance.
Yeah, that's pointless, man. And then you don't play him for the rest of the series.
Yeah. That's what I don't understand. That was dumb.
Yeah, man. But the West is going to be, if the league wants to flourish, they should be very excited, and let's just see who's the last man standing. If it's the Lakers, trust me, man, I think we're fair enough as people who watch the game. We'll say, look, they was just better. But last year, all hell to the king, bro. I know that you must be a Laker fan. I'll be honest, man. It was a crime, man. The calls, it was just one-sided. And I hope it don't be like that this year, because if so, you're going to lose a lot of fans again, because they already taking a hit already.
Oh, it's going to be like that this year. It is. I already know it's going to be. They wanted to be the Lakers. I think it's going to be Lakers and the Heat again. I think it's going to be ran back. And I think the Heat going to win this time.
Hey, listen, I agree with you. I'm a basketball fan first before a Laker fan. That's all day.
Okay. That's what's up.
Because that's respect. But that's how I see it. I see it's gonna be a run back of last year. Because I just don't think, like, I'm just not sold on the Brooklyn experiment. I gotta see it to believe it. And I just believe, like Joe Cool said last night on the live, like, every time Kyrie plays with a team, like, the chemistry's off. So I don't know. We gotta see.
Yeah. And
I agree. I think it's gonna be ran back Miami and the Lakers, but they really wanted to be Boston and LA, get that old school Celtics Lakers rivalry going. But I see I don't see Boston beat Miami. I see Jimmy Butler whooping Jason Tatum's ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I just don't see. Go ahead.
Go ahead, HD.
I was saying that I just don't think I just think that Boston, like I said, I just don't trust their coach, and Tatum's missing that it factor. And in the Bucks, I just, depending on how Giannis comes back, which he probably, to me, hasn't worked on his shot. I might be wrong. He might have been, but if his jumper's on point and he actually worked on some moves in the post, then I believe the Bucks will be tough to beat. But until then, I just don't see them beating Miami. Miami's too deep, and then Miami's starting five is just amazing. And then you bring Bradley and Harkless in off the bench. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you who the league does not want the Lakers
they got that
to
old
lose to.
Style.
Go ahead. Go. You said that old school style.
No, I was
Miami?
just gonna say that. Yeah, Miami's roster, the way they play, it's like, okay, it's fundamentally sound.
Almost. It is. Yep, it is.
It's pretty good.
It's a joy. I was just gonna say, I know the league does not want to see the Lakers lose to the Warriors. Because if Steph beat him one more time, that's another debate for another time. But that's a sleeper. I feel like the Warriors can beat the Clippers, can beat the Nuggets. They can beat all of them teams.
What debate you're talking about?
Oh, if Steph beats old boy Braun one more time, people keep having these dumb debates. I said, you realize Steph done beat this nigga so many times.
Bro, they ain't no debate. They done met in the playoffs 4 times. Steph won 3 out of 1. What debate?
I thought so too. Yep. I thought so too, Uncle Frank. But people tell me all these side stories, and I'm into results. You know what I'm saying? I
I
don't
mean,
know about
shit, bro.
everybody else.
You want to see results, bro? I'll tell you real results. Steph Curry changed the game, something LeBron can't do. Everybody, every little kid, you know what I'm saying? When you go to a gym, they shooting from half court. They want to be like Steph and Curry. Ain't nobody wearing LeBron shoes. They all wearing Under Armour because of Steph Curry, bro. Everybody wants to be Steph Curry. LeBron can't handle the ball like Curry. LeBron can't shoot like Curry. He can't. Bro, he can't do the things Curry can do. There's no debate.
Man, nobody's wearing those Steph Curry shoes. They at Ross, Marshalls all day.
I don't see nobody wearing LeBron, bro. Every time I see a little basketball camp, bro, I see these kids with these little blue Under Armour shoes. They got the yellow Under Armour shoes. These kids want to be Curry. Every time I go in the gym, I see a little kid shooting from half court. He wants to be like Curry. I ain't never seen nobody take a jump shot and say LeBron, but I seen people pull up from half court and be like Curry. I seen people shoot a fadeaway, be like Jordan, Kobe. Exactly.
And both presidents pay Steph Curry attention, and they keep giving this dude Sportsman of the Year. I'm like, look, man, I try not to follow that stuff, but it's like it's so hard to because we're in this world. Both Donald Trump and Barack Obama respond to Steph Curry. That's how much power that dude had. LeBron just kept poking the bear, trying to get into these stupid debates. He just bottom line is he can't lose to Steph this year. So if all else fails, I'll tell you that the Lakers better not lose to him. I guarantee you, it's if he loses to him, that would be his worst nightmare. Like, damn, bro, we lost to the Warriors again.
Right.
How many times do they play each other in the regular season?
Think 4 times this year.
Usually 4, because in the Pacific West Division, you normally play your division 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 8 times. I can't remember how many, but they should play at least 4 times.
Yeah, they played 4 times, I think, but I don't know. They didn't shorten the season by 10 games, so it might be cut to 3.
Oh, yeah, Silver Spoon shorted it 10 games. He did that for his boy.
Yep.
So I think they probably will. They'll play 2 in the Bay and then they'll play 2 in LA.
Yeah. Them games gonna be nationally televised. They're gonna be setting records and everything.
And Curry got something to prove. You know, he got to sell that brand too, that Curry brand.
Oh man, I ain't worried about Curry. I just need to know if triple single gonna show up.
I think
triple single, triple C.
If I want a triple single, I go to McDonald's or Burger King. I don't need to see you doing that. I need you on the court getting double doubles, like Uncle Frank was saying earlier. You need to dude, the dude. I mean, he's playing. It's like, come on, you know. You talk all this stuff and everything, but you had a chance to show everybody you can play without Steph and Clay a little bit, and you showed you couldn't. So,
man, he might be a Laker by the middle of the year.
He might be. That's what I'm saying. He might be, and Chris Paul, and him might come over in a package deal with 4 teams.
Yeah, you never know.
They gonna go from 3 teams. They gonna go to 4 teams.
Hell, Kareem and Jerry West might come out of retirement.
Yeah. And they might ball out too. They might be like, well, we got some rings too.
Shoot, he might get some voodoo and try to bring Will Chamberlain back from the grave.
I just was about to say he gonna throw some libation out there. I just was about to say that, Uncle Frank. That's crazy. He gonna throw some libation.
Yeah, Elgin Baylor, all
trying
them,
to get
James
Kobe.
Vardy.
And it's a shame, man. It's a shame we got a clown dude like that. But that's how bad. It's not personal. I feel like it's business to me. Like, I need this guy out the league for parity. He's messing up the parity of the game, man.
Yep.
The NBA always messed it up. They just basically, to me, if they did like the NFL and like had more team and all that, like I say, they'll be straight. They'll be fine. They'll make it. They'll be good to go.
And this ain't 1983, man. Like, it's okay if OKC was the winning championship. They keep talking about that small market stuff, man. There ain't nobody hearing that now. People watch basketball all around the globe, man. That's BS.
Yep. Sometimes you like to see a small market team win a championship. or a team ain't never been there before.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty good. You know, that'll show like, okay, it's not all about the top teams all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
cool.
why he was saying about the Wizards, Joe Cool, before you got on. Like he was asking, how far you think the Wizards will go. How we didn't even touch on Houston. What's Houston going to do?
I don't know, man.
We don't really know because John Wall hasn't played in like 2 to 3 seasons. So you know what I'm saying? It's he was an all-star before, but it's unexpected. We don't know what he's gonna give you. Kind of like we didn't know what Errol Spence was gonna give us last night.
Right.
Yeah. What's your take on that, Uncle Frank? Did y'all watch the fight? I watched the fight.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I watched the fight.
Yeah, man.
He
won every round pretty good.
He looked good because you know what I'm saying. We didn't know what he was gonna do, but he definitely had some flaws. I noticed when he got headbutted in the later rounds, that definitely you know what I'm saying, messed with him, and
knocked him off a little bit.
Yeah, knocked him off a little bit the last couple of rounds because he was winning all those rounds. I gave 1 and 3 a draw, but 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, he clearly won. But excuse me, once he got headbutted, that kind of fucked with him. So Danny Garcia was able to take round 9, 10, and 11. So you know what I'm saying. He looked good. Glad to see he's back, but he still has a lot to work on, and he's definitely not ready for Bud. He's gonna keep ducking Bud.
Oh man, did you see that interview? Yeah, Bud, dude, that interview said enough for me. We was all at the cliffhanger, like waiting to hear what he said when the baby girl asked him a question. This dude gonna say, "I just want to ride my horses." I said, "Man, turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. We want to ride some horses. What we want to see you fight Bud. So it's looking like it's gonna be Pacquiao and Errol Spence, man."
Yeah. He gonna duck Bud. He don't want it.
Then that's what it's gonna leave Bud. Like
Go ahead, Joe.
Paul fighting Floyd Mayweather though.
Yeah,
say that again.
Man, I don't believe, bro. I can't believe that shit, bro. It's starting to get ridiculous.
Mayweather fighting Logan Paul.
Oh man,
that's
they should. Yeah, $25 is
You
what
know
it
what,
better
bro?
be.
This my honest
all hell
opinion,
to
bro.
the
This my
game.
honest opinion. Mark this day. Watch in the future. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna predict the future. You know how like in China they have this rule you can't even like go certain places and do stuff unless you have a certain social media you know what I'm saying, ranking or whatever. Pretty soon you're gonna have to be like you're gonna have to have like a social media ranking or something just to get licensed to box. It's gonna be just they gonna just market like you know what I'm saying, popular people against each other. You know what I'm saying? This gonna kill the sport of boxing. I'm tired of seeing this.
You mean
Boy,
like Uncle Frank? You mean like Celebrity Deathmatch? Do y'all remember that show back in the
yeah,
early '90s
exactly.
on MTV?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like that. How they had like Martin Luther King fighting Gandhi and all that shit. Hell yeah.
That show went
Man,
hard.
that's a shame. Yeah, man. Well, I tell you what,
That's
Nick
what it's
Young
gonna
said he
become. It's
ain't
gonna kill the
fighting.
sport of boxing because nobody's gonna want to watch regular fighters anymore like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna become oversaturated, just like M1 did with basketball. Everybody's just gonna want to do, you know what I'm saying? Put people who have beef with each other, like put Tiki TV versus Carcino for life fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Or Tim Thomas versus Kenyon Martin. They've been talking about they supposed to fight for all these years. I'm like, man, just fight them. We gotta see each other. Kenyon Martin hates Tim Thomas, and Tim Thomas said he hate Kenyon Martin. Like, all right, we'll see when it happens.
I don't know, dog. Tim Thomas looked like he can knock everybody out.
Yeah, I seen him play when he was in high school. That dude big. That's big.
Yeah. Tim Thomas had game too, man.
Absolutely.
It's nice.
Yep. He came to his team played in the tournament in high school in Raleigh. And I was like, wow, like that's Tim Thomas. Like, that dude big. He can play too.
Yeah.
He can ball.
Yeah, I like Tim Thomas. But that celebrity death match, Uncle Frank, man, and you predicting it right now, that's where it's going, man. You had Nick Young said he was going to fight. Then you had what's the running back for Le'Veon Bell said he wanted to fight this dude. I'm like, man,
Oh Lord,
y'all just need attention, man. Nick Young, where do I begin?
Nick Young need to
Yeah,
go.
bro. Eventually, it's gonna get to, you know what I'm saying. Michael B. Jordan gonna fight Jeffrey Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, type thing. It's heading to something like that.
I'm
You
the
know what I
real
mean?
Jordan.
Oh
I'm the
my
real
god!
Jordan.
Battle for the Jordans.
Oh my
Battle
god!
Jordan.
Gonna be Mark Wahlberg gonna fight Tyrese and
Marion gonna fight Miguel.
Oh Lord, that'll be the softest fight in history. Like
oh, the one I want to see, Lil Romeo versus Lil Bow Wow.
Oh, Romeo beat the mess.
Oh my
Romeo
god!
beat the brakes off Bow Wow.
Yeah, I seen Romeo when he hooped. My boy used to play for Nebraska. Romeo played for SC. He got a little bit of tick when the game was over. Romeo swore he could hoop. He was all right. He was all right.
He decent.
I heard he was somebody told me he wasn't that good. That's what I heard. I heard DeRozan, that's how DeRozan got found out, because he was out playing him.
Yeah, he played on his AAU team, and if you notice, Master P brought them on BT 106 in Park when they were in like 7th grade and stuff. So yeah. That's how they got Romeo to SC on a package deal. DeMar goes there, Romeo got to be on the team. Romeo had like little spurts in high school, but you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a D1 player, but he did work hard. I think he could have been a Division II player, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he could have played at like Western Oregon or someplace like that, but because of, you know what I'm saying, his friendship with DeMar and the prestige of his father, he was able to play at SC.
And he never grew. He was supposed to be, you know, his dad is 6'5". P like
Yeah, his
6'5".
dad 6'4", 6'5". Romeo barely 6 foot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, Romeo Miller, man. But yeah, I don't
No, I
know.
seen
I
him
just
play.
know
Like
that
he played against my AAU program and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a Division I recruit, but I think you know what I'm saying, definitely could have been he definitely could have played, you know what I'm saying, a lot of minutes at Division II, but you know, because of who his pops was, he got to go to SC with DeMar.
Yeah,
He basically on Bronny's level right now. He was Bronny's level.
Right. Nah, man, Bronny ain't that good, bro. Bronny's not as good as his pop was in high school, bro. Bronny, I'm gonna be honest. Bronny is legitimately a varsity athlete for a freshman last year, and he can actually play. Bronny's strength is when breaking the press. Bronny has a decent IQ breaking the press, but other than that, he's a little turnover prone. He's nothing exciting. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot it a little bit, but he's not a crazy knockdown shooter, and he's not an athletic scorer. He's not taking anybody to the basket like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting the isolation clear out. He doesn't. He's just you know what I'm saying? He's just out there because he's athletic and fast enough. You know what I'm saying? He's not really skillful and dynamic enough to, you know, be doing anything.
Right. I
got a kid on their team, Amari Bailey, man. This cat from Chicago that plays on this team, bro. This cat can do it all. You know what I'm saying? He can drive to the basket anytime he wants. He can pull up from 3 and step back anytime he wants. He can post up. He's 6'4" and athletic. He can jump out the gym. He can post cats up like Jordan and Kobe. That is the main cat, and he's a junior. He's the best player on Sierra Canyon. And they got another guy that's a junior as well that's also, you know, heavily ranked. So the thing with Bronny is we're not going to see Bronny in a position of leadership, and you know what I'm saying, it's solely being on him. We're not going to see him in that kind of position for his high school career. He's never going to be the man. Amari's going to be the man next year, his junior year, and then they're probably going to get some other guys. They already have other guys who are ranked just as high as him. So you're never gonna see Bronny in a position where it's solely on his shoulders, like Jimmy Butler, in a leadership type position.
Right. I don't know. It's this guy, we know why he getting a chance, but when you're smoking marijuana on camera and you're being highly recruited by some of the best colleges, top-notch coaches in history, you don't do that. Like, you don't show
Right.
that.
Look at that guy Lamar. What's his name from the Miami Dolphins that got drafted?
Right.
He got caught with that gas mask picture, and his draft stock dropped.
And he was a top 10 pick.
Yeah, and he was top 5. He might have been 5.
Right.
He was
He
that
was top
good.
5, and then he dropped to the late first round.
Yep. Almost messed himself up. Even luckily, man, he made it at the end of the first. But now all of a sudden the Browns want to start playing. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand them. I can't stand Baker Mayfield and all them.
They're gonna fold. They ain't gonna get too far in the playoffs.
No. Because they're just gonna run the ball and then they're gonna put pressure on Baker to make the throw. And I just don't know if he's gonna make that throw against Tennessee. Defense has been terrible all year. It's been horrible.
And Derrick Henry fumbled today. That's his first fumble. What? 2 years?
Yeah. He about like 6'4", 280. His arm is about 160. His other arm 160. So shoot.
That's a big dude, boy.
Yeah. And he running downhill a 4.5, a 4.4. You're gonna have to pay me the big bucks in middle linebacker to take on that tackle. Bump that. Because if I'm gonna throw my whole body in there, man, I gotta be fully compensated.
I was surprised my team pulled it off. They almost got beat by the Jets today. I'm like, man, the Jets ain't won a game all year.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't know what it is about the Raiders.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
I don't know what it is about it. It's like every time I pick them or the Cardinals, they disappoint me week after week. And it's like, what the hell is going on?
Welcome to the black hole.
Yeah. And we in Vegas, so it's like that's crazy.
I've been good, bro. The same feelings and emotions you feeling. I've been feeling that way for years.
Yep.
That's how they do you.
Oh gosh, it just pissed me off because they have so much talent, and it's just dumbness. It's like how the Jets and then the Jets they choked the game. Greg Williams ran a 0 blitz. He left it. You don't never run a 0 blitz in a game. What the hell are you doing? I swear these coaches for real play Madden, dog. I think they really play Madden.
Yeah. I think the Raiders gotta fix their secondary, man. Cause they get thrown on so much. I'm like, God, they ain't been right since Woodson left.
Yeah. That was
straight up and down.
That was so raw. Charles Woodson, man. Damn.
Yeah, I was pulling for him when he won the Heisman that year. I was pulling for him or Randy Moss.
Yeah, he won over Peyton Manning.
Yeah. He deserved it. Him and Randy Moss was killing that year. That's why Randy got drafted so high.
Yeah.
He could have been in the top 5 if he would have never had that incident at Florida State.
Yeah, smoking weed.
Yeah.
And he had didn't he have like the second fastest time in the 40 at Florida State? Randy Moss. And Deion was number 1, and he was number 2.
Right.
40 time.
Hey, you know who had a fast ass time in the 40? That nigga Chris Johnson from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran a 4.1 something.
Yeah.
God, boy.
4.15 or 4.16. He was fast as hell, man. Like, he had some good seasons. If Vince Young would have never went crazy, they would have been pretty good.
Damn, Vince Young, I forgot about him. God damn.
What made him go to that level, man? I'm like, dude, you in the. Well, I understand that Fisher didn't want to draft him,
Man, Jeff Fisher a bitch, man. I still blame him. Jeff Fisher has always does this everywhere he go. He's just you know how John Gruden's the quarterback listener and all of that crap. Man, not him, man. He's opposite of that. He's terrible. Like every quarterback he has, they play trash with him. Look what he was doing to Jared Goff. And Steve McNair was just a Hall of Fame player.
Exactly.
A Hall of Fame player. He was just that guy. You know, Steve McNair, he's in my top 10 of QBs all time. McNair was a monster. And the things he did on the field, it was like that year they gave, I think, him and Peyton co-MVP. I was so mad he should have got MVP to himself. Because he had a way better season than Peyton Manning. And that shit still irks me today. I'm still mad at that. Because every time I looked up, McNair was throwing another touchdown.
I tell people, I told them for years, I said, the year he came out in the draft in 95, the Panthers picked Kerry Collins. I told my dad, I said they should have drafted McNair. They would have had a Super Bowl.
Yep. They would have.
Like he was the best quarterback in that draft that year.
Yeah.
I was like, Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins. His old bum self.
Alcoholic.
Yep. Alcoholic, whatever you want to call him. He's all that. Kerry Collins.
He did have a good night.
All right, man.
All right, be safe.
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe that, man. I'm like, I wonder how they ever gonna put him in the Hall of Fame.
Who that?
McNair. They should. He got the numbers.
Man, they should put him in. They should put Sterling Sharp in. There's a whole bunch of cats should be up in there.
Sterling Sharp should be in there. Look how long it took for Art Monk to get in there. It's a travesty. So you know what they're gonna do.
And Ken Stabler. It took hella long for Ken Stabler to get in.
Yeah, Ken Stabler, that guy. I don't know why people forget how raw Ken Stabler was. Ken Stabler was the first lefty before Steve Young, doing all that trickery, all that running and making the throws off the opposite half. That boy that had an arm, dog. Ken Stabler had an arm. That boy arm was bionic, man. I swear. That man.
Didn't they put Plunkett in there already? Plunkett's in there. Jim Plunkett.
Yeah, I think Plunkett in there. But it took them a long time, and Plunkett should have been in there.
I don't know, man. They criteria for the Hall of Fame is crazy, man. I'm like, the stats are there, man.
If Eli get in there, I'm done. I'm sorry, I'm done. I can't deal with it no more. If Eli
get ready to be done, bro, stick a fork in you because you know that's coming.
I know it is. They finna put that boy in there. Eli Manning. Eli, you can't spell elite without Eli. I say, yeah, I can. Not putting your name in there. That boy had a front 8 on defense, man. They had 8 people subbing in and rotating in. And they was just killing guys the whole season. It's not crazy, man. Man, I don't even know who finna go this. I don't even know who finna win it all this year, man. This year gonna be crazy.
I think they're gonna try to put Kansas City in there again.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to do Kansas City and Green Bay, but I just don't see the Green Bay Packers making it.
Yeah, Sharon Rodgers gonna choke.
Yeah, because the Rams won today, and the Cardinals lost, but the Cardinals still are in it. They said they have the best chance. I don't know how they got I think because their schedule isn't that strong to end the season, so they could go on a run and then get into the playoffs. So you know the Bucks might not even make it. That's how it's looking.
Wow, it's gonna be interesting though.
Yeah, it's gonna be real interesting to see. I think it's gonna be a fun season, the ending of the season, but I mean, do we count these championships? Because I just don't count I just can't count none of these championships, man. I just think that because it's tough. Like when you play with fans, I think like T said the other time, like when you play with the fans, it's just a different feel. It's a different game when you got all that pressure on you. I just don't know. I just don't
Yeah,
know if
low key, I'm getting tired of all this fakeness. You know what I'm saying? Fake noise, fake fans.
right.
Yeah,
You
'cause
know what
you
I'm
can see
saying?
and
Everything
hear it.
about the game fake.
Yep.
It's not exciting to watch like it is with fans in the stands. When fans in the stands, that's who you see who's tough and who's not tough.
It has that scrimmage atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Like
I
a
hate
scrimmage
that.
game.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
when you got fans, you know what I'm saying, behind the basket waving and you know what I'm saying, doing crazy stuff to make you miss and you know what I'm saying,
Having
the
a
taunting,
sign.
the heckling when you come in the arena, the booing, it
Mm-hmm.
takes a toll.
Man, I went years ago. I went to Carolina and Duke basketball game in Cameron. I got tickets that morning. It was back in 2003. That's when
Mhm.
Sean May and McCants and Felton was there at Carolina. And
Mhm.
Sean May had broke his foot that year, but he didn't
Oh
play.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's right.
And I
I
went to
remember
the
that
game.
team, Sean May, Rashad McCants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, Rashawn
Myself,
McCants
all
is
them.
supposed to be raw.
Yeah, man. He the same height as me, man. I met him after the game. And I went to that game, man. That atmosphere it's just crazy,
It's
man.
different, yeah.
I'm like, God.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you come out to thousands of fans screaming, bro, it's
It's a
no other
different
feeling
feeling.
like that. You can't even
Yeah.
explain that shit.
Yep.
It's
And it's
different.
You
and
get
the
so
heat they
hyped and so
turned.
pumped up, it reaches your soul, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your
Yeah.
whole body just vibrate.
Yeah. And the temperature, it was hot in there too, man. I mean, it was cold outside, but it was so hot in there. You can feel the heat. Like I had on a leather coat that day, so I took my coat off. I was like, man, it's so hot in here. And them fans were just every time they shot the ball, they get louder and louder. I'm like, God, I'm just sitting here like
Yeah,
looking around.
that
Like,
shit
woo,
hype you up. You know what I'm saying? How many
yeah.
times, like even on a little local recreation gym, somebody in the stand, when somebody mama just start defense, dun, dun, defense, and you just start getting pumped up on defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what made it fun, man. It's just that I just don't feel this season, man. Would the Steelers be undefeated like they are with fans in the stands? I don't
Hell
know.
no.
I don't think so. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think they
I think they're
would.
gonna fold.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing too.
I said they'll maybe win like one game. I get them like one game in the playoffs, and then they'll lose the next round. I can't see them going undefeated.
What about the Chiefs? You think they gonna make it? Because I don't know if they gonna make it either because they got so many flaws.
I think they still got a chance. I think they got a possibility. I think the NFL want them to go back because of the fact that he got that big contract.
That is true.
Yeah, if they don't go back, they'll definitely be deep in the playoffs. So I don't see them. I don't see them getting bounced out the first round.
No, they get a bye the first week.
Yeah,
Then depends on who they
and I
play.
don't see them losing that next game either.
No, but they'll be at home too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably win it.
Man, my Giants pick looking fresh. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Are they they number one in the conference?
Yeah, they number one in the East. I told everybody, and everybody was talking about the Redskins and all. I'm like, dog, the Giants gonna pull an Eli, bruh. Watch what I tell you. They gonna pull an Eli, and they just gonna beat everybody. Hey, I would not be surprised if they just shock and beat everybody, dog. Daniel Jones remind me of Flacco and Eli Manning. Like, I just know when he get to the playoffs, this sorry behind white boy gonna turn into the best white boy of all time, and he gonna beat somebody. I'm telling you, I just gotta feel it in my gut, dog.
Because can Barkley, like if they make the playoffs, can Barkley come back and play, or is he done for the whole year?
I think Barkley's done for the whole year. But if they had Barkley, but this is showing you that Jason Garrett really wasn't the problem.
Right.
So this just made Jerry look bad some more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, crazy. Yeah, you look even worse than what you did because everyone was blaming Jason Garrett. But Jason Garrett calling some plays in New York. They still balling. They got that running back Gallman. I like him. I think Slayton got hurt, but they got another receiver. He raw too. So that's what I'm saying. It's like in their defense, they front four starting to wake up. So they could pull Eli.
I'll the last minute.
Right. Because I don't trust the Washington Redskins. I still think they should have stuck with Haskins. I think if they didn't want to use Haskins, you should have traded him ahead of time. But I guess because of the scandal and all that craziness with the owner and cheerleaders and whatever, I guess that messed them up from going out to actually make some moves. But I just don't trust Alex Smith. I've never trusted Alex Smith ever, especially with the game on the line. I never trusted Alex Smith. So I don't trust them. Dallas, they're trash. So you stick a fork in them. And then you got who else you got? You got I said the Giants and where's
Philadelphia.
Yeah. Philadelphia, dog, they're so bad, it don't make no sense. It's like these guys do not like Carson Wentz. I don't know what it is. These players do not play for him. They just do. I don't know what it is. I don't know what Carson did or who he dissed in that locker room, but they have not been the same. Ever since Foles left, they've been trash.
Mm-hmm. And Hurts, they benched him today and put Hurts in. He threw a touchdown.
Yeah.
And an interception. But I'm like, you should have played him early in the year to get him kind of familiar with the offense.
Right. Now he gonna be getting hit and he gonna struggle now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but what I would have done is if you weren't going to start him in the beginning of the year, just let Wentz play the rest of the season out. Go get a good draft pick.
Right.
And then add to your team and add around him. Now you want to play him the next game. It's like, come on, dog. No, just keep him on the bench. Do like they did Michael Vick. Michael Vick sat the bench his first year.
Yep. That was what? Was it Chandler? Was it Chris Chandler or Jeff George? Who was the quarterback when he came in?
Who?
Michael Vick. Who was in front of him?
Chandler. Chris Chandler. Yeah, it was Chris Chandler. I think that's his name. He was okay.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, you knew Vic. He was just keeping the job warm. I just felt like they shouldn't have got rid of Jim Moore Jr. how they did.
Mm-hmm.
They should have let him still stick around, and I think Vic would have been all right. I think they could have been straight, but you know how it is. But the black coach got Atlanta balling, man. Raheem Morris, I kept telling everybody, Raheem Morris need to get a coaching job. He was doing good in Tampa, and they let him go for that white boy Shiano, or I like to call him Shih Tzu, because he pissed me off. Yeah. They replaced him with him, and he went on 4 years of losing, just terrible. So that's what I see. I see I see it like that, man. So I just see Damon Jones pulling some Eli, pulling some white boy ish, and then I see the Seahawks. They lost today to the Giants, so the Seahawks again
beat them at home too.
Right, and they're basically being, that's what I'm saying, man. These fans, if we had the fans in the stands, I still think the Giants would have pulled some BS off, dog, because it just reminds me too much of that year Eli went back to back.
Mm-hmm.
It just reminds me of it. Like they started off bad, and then the other part of the division, they were bad because nobody wanted to win it, and then they went on a hot streak and just won.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting end of the season, man. I got to see what Lamar do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
everybody gearing up for the NBA season to start again.
Yeah, man. Because I just want to see I just want to see how it's gonna play out. Because to me, I felt they should have never played in the bubble. I said that from the beginning. I felt like it was stupid because everybody doesn't have their full players. And the Lakers, they're only missing one guy, which was Avery Bradley.
Right.
So they had their full roster practically. Everybody else didn't. And then the Clippers, it messed them up because they didn't have enough time to gel. So they were going to be an easy beat. And then the Nuggets, they were closer than the Clippers were. So they took advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael Porter was coming off the bench killing.
Yep. I got a feeling he gonna go somewhere else, man.
Who?
Porter. I mean, what's the dude on the bench for them that's pretty good? Is it Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah.
I got a feeling he gonna go somewhere else. Somebody gonna offer him a lot of money to go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Someone like Portland or Phoenix, somebody that wants the athleticism.
Portland.
Yeah. After Melo retire, I think they'll try to go. I think they might try to get him or something.
Yeah.
Cause he can fit. He can play with Dame.
Right.
That'd be cool.
That would be, man. That would be that'd be cool, dude.
Or they'll trade. Golden State will trade. What's the dude what was the number 1 pick a couple years ago that they have now? Wiggins.
Yeah.
And get him. Something like that.
Yeah. That'd be nasty if they could do that.
Mm-hmm.
If they could do that, that'll work.
Mm-hmm. You see the potential. He got the potential to be pretty good.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yep.
Yeah, fellas, I'm gonna hop up off here, but it was good building with y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
All right, then. Right. Be safe.
Be easy, man.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Me too. I'm out.
All right, you be out all here.
All right,
about to call it a night too.
All right, man. HD, be good.
All right, you guys be safe out there. Thanks for the support, man. Let's keep it moving.
Man. No doubt. Back in the trenches again.
Oh yeah, you know it. That's why I'm finna get this sleep. You already know.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Be safe out there.
Yeah, you too.
Boy.